today we're back here with Ralph in Maidstead and we're visiting another one of his DIY creations called Wagon and the Wigwam, and it's another tiny, quirky, unique home that he built himself, and I really can't wait to take you inside and have a look.
So this area still is all new. We've been adding it on. This is all pallets. It's great fun that you can just mix and match.
I love the lack of straight lines. Like it really makes it flow. Stylishly wonky.
Yeah.
It's actually stylishly wonky is the hardest thing that you can do.
If there's any local building sites and things, I'll just pull in and say, look, chuck any wood to one side. I'll come and pick it up and take it away, rather than filling up skips, because I'm like, well, either I'll use it for, like all these old pallets, use it for decorating, or it just keeps our boilers going. It's like knowing where to spend the money and where to save it. So this is really easy. You've just got
so warm.
You've got your jets, and then you've got the hot water spout. So this is set up as well that the log burner actually, that heats a big hot water tank, and then that pumps through and heats the hot tub. So if you've got a fire going, that heats the hot tub, or I've got the instant gas boilers as well, just to make it easy for people. So it gives people the options if they want to use it. And I've also got solar hot water heating on this too. So for most of the summer, it heats up and stores. This is all trees from up in the wood. And then you've got all the polycarbonate as well, which it's just been raining on, so normally it's nice and clear.
That's a dome. Is that polycarbonate as well?
I think that's just an acrylic dome I managed to get online. And I've got the little outside toilet, which I'm still decorating with my wine corks.
Cowboy doors.
All the guest prosecco and champagne's going up the sides, and then all the wine corks are going up the back.
That's a good insulation.
Yeah, well that's the thing I thought about it, because of I had to put a little anti-frost heater in here because I would end up with the toilet freezing in the middle of winter. I'd kind of hoped that it being back in here it would be alright, but when we had the really bad weather, it does come through. Yeah, so in here it's quite different. So you've got a lot more height in the bigger window. And this one the table swings on out.
That is so clever. How did you come up with the idea for that one then?
It took a couple of designs. It used to really screech like an old barn door, like as it came out, and my wife was like, that is not acceptable. So I had to rethink it. I find in small spaces, if you can hang stuff, A, it means people can find it, but B, instead of having a cupboard and everything in a cupboard where you lose all that space, probably like 90% of it is just air, because it's tucked against the wall. Actually visually it feels bigger because you haven't got the structure built around it. And then the jars are always good. We use it a lot in our house, particularly before it's insulated well, because of moisture and everything. It just means you can see it, it's there, you know what you've got.
And it's a lot better than just having, I don't know, packets or plastic of whatever.
Or building a great big cupboard and having everything tucked away. Our sink actually came from a friend who's an artist out of a studio. He just said, do you want a silly little butler sink? And I was like, silly little sounds interesting. So
that's for me.
And it took quite a while to scrape all the paint off, but then it's got that nice sort of vintage thing, and then just a couple of brackets so it's floating away. You know, things like plates can take up a lot of storage space, so just by having them stacked in against a wall, suddenly that dead space is actually providing you quite a lot of storage that you need.
But the thing is, all the electronics and everything I've noticed in this one, they've all got brass or metal covers, and then you've covered up the electronics with pipe.
Flonnet took the electrician was sort of shaking his head when he came around to work out to sign it off, and sort of phoned him up and said, you know, like conduit pipe, can I run it through like copper? And he's like, well, it'd be completely safe. I've just got to check on how we get that through the regulations to make sure we can sign this off. If I'd run all these cables through the walls, it would have taken me weeks extra to get it all done. So by being able to run a lot of them surface mounted, also means you can then add in an extra plug. This is the strongest ever curtain tie back, which is the security latch from a door. So, but it just works to really hold that curtain so when it's opening and closing it doesn't blow around, but not what it was designed for.
Use things for what they can be used, not what they've been designed to use.
When we had it, it was very woody and almost the yellow of the battens and the boards and things didn't quite work together.
Yeah.
So that's why I went for burning it, which was great fun. But when I'd got all the boards down on the floor, and I think about 400 or 500 quid's worth of floorboards, and then you stand there with a great big flamethrower, and you got this massive sort of torch, and you're like, "Are we going to do this? I've just spent all this money on these floorboards."
This tree actually supports the top. Does it? Yeah. How did you work it out so you know that it's safe?
Wood in the round is an awful lot stronger than cut timber. So basically, if you know the size of timber, that would be strong enough in the round, and that's also oak as well. So if you basically got a solid oak post, which in the round is so much stronger than square. But it's quite fun that you sort of, you know what you need. It was like, right, I need something that sort of branches when it sort of passes there. So with the chainsaw wandering around the wood and sort of looking up the tree and then climb up and going, right, okay, I'll go and get that one. It's quite fun. When you start working with stuff in the round and the wobbly stuff, then you add an awful lot of time, because when you're trying to get something level and then you screw into it and everything, it becomes a lot more challenging. Yeah, so on here we've got the big roof lighting. So, and that's got blinds which pull out either side and then just hook on the middle, so in the middle of summer you can knock it out. It's effectively double glazed. It's just got 2 sheets of glazing on it. That was mostly for the heat, because obviously all the heat goes up to the top. But also when I did the first one, I found it didn't have enough fall to get the rain. You know, there's a certain point some rain physicist will be able to tell you where the rain will actually start to flow off the glass. I found it would just sit. Although it was an angle, you'd think, oh, that'll be fine. Yeah. It would just sit with the water on it a bit too much. So that's why I put the second one on.
It's like a living room loft.
Yeah.
Can it go up?
Yeah. It's sort of got nicknamed the Star Lounge. You've either got the sort of the roof above you, or but it also gives you a really nice aspect on the big window. You either have it that you can walk around underneath it when you're downstairs, or when you're upstairs. But you couldn't get a 2-story building in, so that's why we went, actually, if it's over the bed, it's fine, and just for sort of an area to chill out and relax, it just gives you that nice little space.
It is genius, and I absolutely love it. It almost feels like I'm outside, because with that window, it's huge, and there's a tree in it, and then you have this basically almost dome that you can actually, it's not flat, it's curved, and it really adds the right level of being outside but inside space.
And then you've got the little window in the corner, which is quite fun. So when you're sat in bed, you can look out nicely, and
this is like going back to the window issue. When there is no window and there's the noise, like, you just want to have a peeky hole. Where did you find this?
So the original idea was we were going to have one sort of thin branch that might branch once or twice. So we felled it and cut it into 3, and then we bought some of the trunks here. And then we just thought, let's try the top with all the branches on. And we bought it here, and then it was covered in leaves and had all the branches out the back, and it was a lot bigger, obviously, when I had the frame up here. Yeah. And we were sort of debating about it, and it's like, is this one step too far?
The gears in my head are spinning in terms of how I can incorporate a tree in our van that doesn't go out of our van.
You've got the sliding door to make more sense, and the old saw.
That's genius. We need to have this in our van, okay?
What, a saw in the...
As a handle, yes.
To get the old, you don't want to know what it did to my sander, taking all the teeth down so you can run your finger along it, but we've got there. So, and there's little things like that door is actually on quite an angle. Yeah. Pop the lights on. And that also, if someone is in here, it sort of it keeps it away, but you make the most of the space. Yeah. And have it all tucked away. Fun. And then I had the stained glass windows which had come with the door, and I had the stained glass for ages. Like, it'd be really nice to use those. And so on that, I've just put a polycarbonate glazing in front of it, which just protects it. Because I was like, well, you couldn't use the stained glass; it would just get filthy.
You designed these and build these yourself?
Yeah. So this is completely from scratch. So this is my 3rd project. So having done the caravan first of all, and got a lot of learning on small spaces from there, and then having done one wagon and then this one. Yeah. And the other thing you find is, as people really like things that are quirky and different, when I was doing the first ones, you're almost a little bit nervous about doing things differently. Yeah. And then after a while, you're like, look, people love it, so I can just be myself and have fun. Yeah.
They don't want a hotel room that looks like a wagon. They want a wagon that looks like a wagon, yeah.
Yeah, so now I just do it full time, which is great. Love it. I'm just taking the hobby and using it, pretending it's being a real job.
Yeah.
Well, if you pretend hard enough, it does turn into the real job. So this was Wagon and the Wigwam. It is an incredible space with so many alternative ideas and tiny space solutions. It is incredible. It has so much character. We would definitely recommend that you come and stay here. It is an absolutely magical experience. Even just walking in, it will, you know, blow you away. So check the links down below in the description so you can book your day here. And if you want to tour more alternative homes with us and stick around for our own van conversion, then please just do subscribe and press that bell notification icon, because we don't want you to miss a second of it.